Okay, with the legs, we're going to look at the hips and the left leg. So we just want to look around here, just kind of take a look. And so with the hips, actually we probably want to take away from the root and the left leg. So with the left leg selected, actually let's go to the hips first, or the root, and actually take away from here. So we're going to scale and 0.5 and just get rid of this. So, alright, so back to frame 0, and we'll do a mirror, and then go back to frame 55, and we'll select the hips, and actually not select the hips, so we're going to lock the root, and then the only thing that's unlocked now is the hips and the left leg. Okay, so with this we want to remove any weights from the left leg on the belt, or on the actual buckle. So just going to my full paintbrush and just going hitting this all. Alright. Just want to make sure that guy's not getting any weights to that. So it looks like the buckle is good. And so left leg, actually I'm going to go to scale and say 0.15, and here I'm going to add just a little bit, go to the soft brush there, or actually I'm going to go to add and then 0.5 because I just want to put a little bit here. Alright, and then here I want to add to there as well, and here I'm going to actually select the smooth brush, and I'm just going to slightly touch all this area in here, although I want this to be a little bit smoother through here. So actually make sure that you stay on the middle line and not, I'm actually just kind of smoothing, just hitting this with a 1.2, or actually it's at a 1. Let's move this to a 0.25 smooth. And then this just smooths it out by 0.25. So just hitting that. And then I'm actually going to go up to the hips, and I'm just adding, actually I'm going to go to add. There we go. Just bring this up a little bit closer, and that to the hips. Just kind of pushing this down just a little bit right here on the back of the leg. And then I'll go back to the left leg and then just add, just push this up just a touch. And push this away as well. So just kind of pushing that up just so that looks a little smoother on that shape. That doesn't look too bad. Add more to the leg here. A little more there. And probably push this up a little bit too. Alright, so the left leg, I'm actually going to lock the hips and then open up the right leg, and with the left leg selected I'm going to go to replace opacity 1, value to 0, and I'm just pushing these values out because I don't want these going. So I want this completely going to the right leg. So anything that's on here, I want to clean all this out. I don't want any of these, anything that's on this side to the right leg, I don't want going over to the left. So just like so. Alright, and so we'll go back to 0 and we'll just do another mirror. And I think because the right leg has it on, let's see here. Actually, if we go to, say, frame 55 again, actually that I don't mind that. That's not too bad. Alright, so let's go move down to the knee area. And I will turn on the rig controls just a little bit so I can actually, so hit F or Q and then deselect and go back to object mode. And so at frame 55, I'm actually just going to rotate that knee up a little bit closer just so I can see this bend a little better. So we can go select the actual geometry again, paint skin weights tool, and then we'll go to the left leg and we're going to lock our right leg. And so left leg and left knee are the only things that are unlocked. And so I want to probably get rid of this from the knee. Actually, I'll probably end up painting some of this back in, but I just want this knee to, and actually I want, okay, that's going 100% to the leg. And here, I want this going more to the leg here. So, whoops, just want to add and go a full 100% on these. Full 100%. And full 100% there. And then you can kind of scroll through that just to make sure. Actually, I want that, whoops, not that one. This one and that one. I want those at 100%. And then the left knee, I'm actually going to put these. Actually, I'm just coming through here and hitting these with 100% on the knee, and this as well. So this is all should be 100, and this should be 100, and all this should be 100 as well. So anything that looks like it should be 100% to that knee. I'm actually painting all these. So all this is 100, should be 100 as well. So just going through here. So I think that foot is actually, so the ankle, and I don't want any of this, so I'm going to unlock that and turn this to 0, and I don't want any, actually replace in opacity. I don't want any anything associated on here right now with the knee, or with the actual ankle foot. I want these going to 100% to the actual knee joint. Okay. So also this left ankle and left knee, I'm going to lock the left leg. And so any of the shoe, so actually what I'm going to do on this shoe, I'm actually going to go to vertex and just select all the shoe. So I just double tapped on one of the verts here. So now when I go to paint skin weights tool, anything that is associated with, the only thing that we have selected are these verts. These are the only ones that we're going to actually affect right now. So if I go to left ankle and do a replace value of 1 and opacity of 1, if I hit flood, it's going to flood the whole thing to that ankle joint. So although the left ball and the left toe, so actually I'm just going to flood, and then that puts everything at 100% going all to that, all of that going to the ankle. Okay, shouldn't anything be going to the knee from that shoe. So I do want this part to actually be affected by that knee joint. So with that knee joint selected, and we'll go to the left ankle, and so with the left knee I'm going to add and then 0.125, and from here I'm just going to just lightly paint some of this in just to kind of push this out and away from that area, just so that that shoe doesn't, so I'm just hitting that. So you'll see the more that you touch it, it's just going to push it out away from that. So just like so. And that's kind of what we're looking for there. Just kind of pushes that away from that foot. Okay. So I'm just going to actually bring my brush size down a little bit. And with this, if we go to actually smooth, and 100% opacity is fine. Actually, I don't want to do that right there. So just add. I'm going to leave this just to push this out a little more. There we go. And then the left knee from the ankle. We don't want the ankle associated with, so here, if I select these verts, go to vertex, and just select those guys. So I just want, actually if you just select one and then the next one along, it'll just select that one. Okay, and then these guys, actually let's go with just these for now. And so if I go back to paint skin weights tool, hit 6, we can't see those verts, but we want them all going to 100% to the ankle. So we want to replace at 100% opacity and 1 on the value, and just flood that. And that should be kind of what we're looking for. or actually let's go left knee and go 100%. Okay, that's right. That's going to push that foot right down into there, is what we're looking for. All right. And so with that left knee selected and all this is at replace, I'm just kind of going over this area of this leg just to make sure. And then so with this knee area, we are going to go to add and then 0.25. And so here I have the knee selected and add soft weights. Okay, so just select that again. There we go. Okay, so I want the value at 0.1, and let's see. So here, if I add, this is to the knee, so I want the left leg. I'm locking the ankle, so it's just the only thing unlocked now is left leg and left knee. And here, so with the left knee, I'm going to push this up into the leg just a little bit. So just kind of lightly pushing these up. And then I'll hit this with a smooth, probably at 0.25, just to smooth this out a little bit. And so just hitting smooth. So every time you touch this, it goes 0.25. So now it's at 0.5. So it's just the more you smooth out right there. So this knee, this might need a little bit of love on the geometry side. It's not too bad, but so I'm just kind of pushing this. So with the left knee, just smoothing this out, and it's throwing it up to the leg, which is fine. And I'll probably just smooth this out a little bit too, just so it's not so sharp. So just has a little bit to it. So it's just kind of painting out the black, just kind of smoothing this out a little bit. And smoothing here. So the more you kind of paint into here, it kind of just smooths this area out a little bit. Alright, that knee doesn't look too bad, so now when we fold this up, yeah, that knee is still kind of sharp, but I might actually need to add a little, an extra span. It's almost like right through here along the top of the knee and kind of under the knee, just to soften that knee shape up a little bit. I'll show you how we do that. Alright, so the left knee actually looks decent for now, so I'm going to actually lock the left leg and the left knee, go down to the ankle, and from here I will go to and unlock left ankle, left ball, and left toe, and we'll actually just work on the ball of the foot first. And so actually I'm just going to look and see where, so I'm going to scroll out here, just kind of look and see what my foot is. So with the bend on that foot, okay, we're going to have to actually fix this too. So we're going to have to push this part away a little more. Alright, so we want all this going to the ball actually, so I'm going to select the ball and go replace 100, 100, and from here select a solid brush and go to, so just deselected, paint weights tool, left ball, replace, solid brush. So I'm just kind of hitting this all with 100%. All with 100% here. So yeah, this is going to have to get smoothed out, but that's okay. That's exactly what we're going to do. So with that going 100% to that joint, if we go to smooth and say 0.5 and just flood that out a little bit, it's going to smooth that out. Even though I still want, so I'm just kind of looking through here, through this foot. And so the ball of the foot okay, so here I'm actually going to just add an extra animation in here. So here, back to here. Okay, then I'm going to actually do the foot roll. Foot roll. Actually, I'm just going to bend the toe. So 70, I'm going to go up, and then 75, I'll go down. And then this just helps me see this a little better. So now if I go to paint skin weights, so this part I actually want to go to the left ankle and add and say 100% opacity to 0.1 and just add a little bit of weight here to the top of the shoe. And go smooth, and then 0.1, and just hit this top part and smooth this out a little bit. So I'm just hitting this a couple times with smooth. This whole area I'll probably just smooth out a little bit. I do still want that, I want that crease happening right there, which is good. So just smoothing out a little bit, just bringing the top of the shoe up closer to the actual ankle. And then go down to the left ball and then smooth this out a little more too. There's not a lot of geometry through here, so actually I'm going to add 100% 0.1 value. Just kind of push this out and up just a little bit. That part of the shoe. And I wonder if I'd remove this part, so replace and say 0 and say I don't want this or this. Kind of just flattens out that, although that rotation kind of sits at a weird spot. Actually, I probably, so with the ball, actually the ankle, I'll select that ankle, and I'm going to say add, and then 0.25. So I'm just going to add a little bit of weight to there. And then probably hit that as well on that side. And then here as well. Whoops, not on that. Not on that vert. Actually go hit B. That shoe is, it's pretty exaggerated anyway, but Just kind of see. Just taking a look at what the shoe's doing here. Probably want to smooth this out. So smooth and 0.25 or 0.2, and then B. And just smooth this area just a little bit. Actually, I want this going more to the ball. And so add 100%. Turn this down. This may need some more geo as well. Not completely sure yet. I do want to smooth the point of this. So I'm actually going to hit smooth with this. That's 100%. Still looks weird. So I'm just going to undo that. Undo, undo, undo. Well, let's go with, so the left ball, and say add, and then 0.1, and soft brush, and then from here, yeah, this pushes it just a little bit softer. Trying to get that. So I'm going to bring this one down a little bit. Just kind of push that a little bit closer. Alright. So from there, just want to take a look at that leg now. Alright. Not too bad. Might go back in and make some adjustments to the mesh now that I'm seeing some of this. Probably want another span in here being a little bit closer just to keep that shape from collapsing. Also on the knees. And so from here, let's see, how does the right leg, right knee, right ankle, so left ankle, right ankle, so I'm actually going to unlock, so select all, whoops, not, so here, and I'm just going to go and select all, oops. Alright, scroll to the top, select the root, scroll to the bottom, select right thumb, and so all those are selected, and say unlock. Alright, so everything's unlocked, and we will just do so we're back to our 0 frame, and we will select our paint weights tool, and just go with the root, and let's just do a mirror. And then so now we should be able to select the left foot. So F8, F8. Okay, with that foot selected, should be able to foot roll. That doesn't look too bad. Knee looks okay. That leg looks okay as well. Alright, so we'll zero that out. Doesn't look too bad. Alright, so the legs are done, so we'll just Control S to save.